YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Manu here, aka Mr. See It Before It Happens. And today, fellas, I'm gonna be breaking down my round of 32 or 16 game versus Clef. I'm not exactly sure if this was the round of 32 or 16. I saw people saying either, but Clef is one of the best players every year since he started competing. I think he's a really smart in-game offensive player. He will adjust on the fly. He's not a robotic player at all, and he has one of the better users. Um, Also, Clef is one of the more fortunate Madden players in these big games, and you're gonna kind of see it in this game a little bit. Um,
Signals for timeout.
so here on my first drive versus Clef, again, this is someone I've matched up with before. Again, he beat me in the Madden 19 clubs. I made a couple mistakes, but honestly, he got really fortunate in that game. He kind of got gifted like 10 or so points plus a fumble. In a game, I feel like I pretty much dominated. But again, I made a couple mistakes at the end that ended up costing me the game. So, again, I felt pretty good going into this game. I'm really familiar with how he plays. Here on this first play, we hit the corner route. Again, we know Clef is, going to run a lot of double maple and a lot of send five. So we know we're going to have those sidelines versus him. Again, next play, again, we know that Clef is, again, he's going to do a lot of double maple. So, again, when you're playing versus double maple, you want to attack the middle portions of the field. Double maple is people put their flat zones usually on 20 or 25 to defend like crossing routes and corner routes, as well as put like their purples on 5 to defend the flat passes. So, um, anytime you're kind of bracketing the sidelines like that, it's going to leave when you're allocating all those resources towards the sideline, obviously the middle is going to be open. So again, I'm going to be looking to attack the middle a good bit, but still mixing up attacking the sidelines, knowing that he's going to be sending five a lot, and the best way to attack the blitz usually is um, attacking the sidelines a lot of times, especially in bunch. Again, here we get to a 3rd and 4. Again, this is going to be one of the bigger plays of the game so far. And we just hit a little hitch route over the middle, or a little in route over the middle of the field. Again, we're looking to attack that middle portion utilizing, posts over the middle, hitches over the middle, and these in routes over the middle. Again, the reason why I was using an in route, not a drag, is because, again, the in route will give me kind of a wider window to throw it before the purple. Um, and here on the 1st and 10, after we pick that up, again, I'm expecting Clef to get a little aggressive here, and he did. And I feel like this is a pretty crazy play by his DB. I might have been a little too close to the end zone. Maybe a little bit of inexperience as a bunch player on my part, but I feel like most of the times that um, the DB is going to follow the streak, and he's not going to turn around again. The zones are pretty bad in this game, so that was pretty crazy for him to turn around on it. But here, this is going to be a big play right here. Again, Clef screams at me. I'm looking to hit the flat route. Again, he gets a fumble 6 off of this. And, this is going to put me in a huge hole on man 22. because it's really easy to play offense right now, especially with the flip and quick snap and bunch. Um, and I know Clef had said he felt like this wasn't a fluky play, but if this happened versus Clef is going to be really upset, and he's not going to be happy about it. But it is what it is. And again, going into my next drive here, again, I still feel like I'm in a really good position to win this game. I feel like he plays really simple, predictable, and repetitive on defense, and he's not going to do too much with his coverage adjustments. So I can keep it pretty simple with my play calling. I'm not too stressed about the play calling aspect. Again, the best part of his defense is definitely his user. So again, my reads are just going to have to be on point, and the user is pretty toned down in this game. So um, but either way, I usually can space out the field really well, and usually I'm not going to get lurked, so not too worried about that. So I knew that I could play. I was going to play really good offense in this game. Um, Again, here we see him going to a little double maple. Again, that's going to be uh, the vast majority of what he does on defense. Again, just the 25-yard flat with the 5-yard purple mixed in with like a send 5 from a cover 3 look. Cut out the 2nd and 2. So here we get to a So here we're gonna get to a 1st and 10. We're gonna mix in this wide curl. His acrobat almost went super crazy on me right there, and again, that was a really good catch from Jamar Chase. He easily could have dropped that pass. That was big right there. That's gonna be another really good play versus the cover 3 because uh, the purple is dropping towards the sideline on that side, so there's kind of a window to throw a seam pass there. So here on defense, um, first and 10 at his 19. I still feel like I'm in a really good position in this game. I did feel like I could play good defense on him. And you saw me run back really far with my user there. I was anticipating a completely different play call. So that's why you saw me run back so far. Um, but you're going to see in this game, Clef does a lot of the flipping and quick snapping. So you kind of have to flip your defense with it, and it gives you really limited time to adjust. So I'm not going to be able to get as exotic as I would like on defense. And honestly, this is something that should probably be fixed in the game. Bunch has been like this for, you know, the past 5 years, where you can just kind of keep the hot routes, get to the other side of the field, while the defense has to completely change or completely reset their defense, while the offense has all their hot routes and can just snap it right away. So it makes it really easy to play offense, and that's what he did a lot in this game. Kept it really simple and flipped just about every single play. And right here, this easily could have been a pick if that was accurate. No, I'm not too mad at that though. That was a pretty risky pass. I feel like that was either going to be a pick, or I was going to catch a pick out of bounds there. And right here, again, I was upset about this play because last play I was in match. And again, Clef is a smart player. He knows how to beat match. He saw that was match in the last play. So I was trying to anticipate his next play call, and I was right. I know to beat match, a lot of people go to like the 20-yard corner route. And we had put our flats on 20, and I wanted to put my purples on 5, but that's kind of where the flip and quick snap comes into play. And he was able to catch me not set up there. And again, another thing about the gameplay right now is you kind of got to guess the icons of defense here. And right here, I think he racked this instead of going for the possession catch. But a big thing right now on defense is you can't see the icons on defense, so it makes it 10 times harder for no reason to play defense, especially when someone's flipping because you have to sit there on defense and kind of guess what the icons are. So I can't adjust as fast as I want to because I'm trying to, you know, figure out what my icons are on defense. So it's frustrating to play, but that's just how they left the game right now. And here you saw he's going to go to a lot of that quick snap double post. That's what he liked to go to on a lot of his big downs. Um, Again, we got to find the best way to stop that and as few as setups as possible on defense, which can be pretty tough with how the zones play in this game. And honestly, I'm pretty fine with how the zones are at this point in the game. It's just like, hey man, if they're flipping and they get to keep the high routes and I have to flip my defense and I can't keep my high routes, then the offense is going to be at a huge advantage. And uh, again, just makes it pretty easy to play offense. So, but again, you're not going to see me doing as many man ups as I would like. I think I try to do it on some plays, but cut out the last part about the man ups. Again, here on the 2nd and 10, we're going to go to some match. And right here, this is another case of I always, when I run a match, I put the 2 deep pass by my safeties. But I was trying to figure out once he flipped what the icon of my strong safety was on that play, so I couldn't put him in the deep half. Um, Again, most people when they run match, they're going to put those 2 deep pass so they don't get bombed like that. Then all I would have had to do in that play was guard the crosser, and then he would have either had to run with this quarterback or throw it away. But he gets a touchdown off that. Again, here back in offense, you guys are going to see me go to these type of plays a lot. Again, Clef is really majority of the game is really conservative with his coverage adjustments. Again, his defensive philosophy is to kind of make you work for it, but I feel like it can kind of make it a little easy at times too because you know exactly what he's going to do before the play even starts, except on those big downs. So I know that again I can keep it pretty simple with my play calls. I don't have to stress too much over what I'm gonna call. Just kind of I can kind of play by the script a little bit more in these type of games. It's really gonna come down to more of my reads and making sure he doesn't lurk me because he does have a really good user on defense. I will say Clef when he does get to the big downs, then I'll switch it up a little bit more because that's usually when he will adjust a little bit differently. Again, right here, I really didn't like this play from me. Had the I was really looking to hit the wide curl route. I haven't done that too much. I got him with it once last drive, but he made a good adjustment to it. He's backing off his deep half. Or he's backing off his outside quarter and deep halving. That is a really good job versus the wide curl. Again, Clef is going to give me on a 4th and 4 here. And again, this is the play of the game where I do expect Clef to kind of switch it up and play a little bit more aggressive than he usually does. And I haven't really used the skinny post too much, and I was expecting him to get a bit aggressive, so it was a great time to mix it in. Again, you saw he ran cover 2, so the deep half is going to push towards the sideline usually. And, I smart routed the skinny post, so I got underneath the deep half as well as the soft squat. And just click on and aggressive catch it. Again, those are the type of downs where Clef will play slightly more aggressive with his coverage adjustments. But again, he's still not going to do too much with his coverage adjustments there. Again, here I'm kind of expecting Clef to prepare for spacing. So I was kind of hoping to catch him over the top a little bit here with the wheel route. I might have been able to throw that, but I didn't want to risk it, so I just ran with my quarterback. And plus, running with my quarterback would waste more clock anyways, get me to the 2-minute warning. So again, that was 1,000% the right decision there. Again, right here on the 2nd and 6, again, I'm really familiar with Clef. Clef plays really passive on defense. But again, in these situations in the red zone, he will get a little bit more aggressive. I'm anticipating a hook zone on the right. And it wasn't a hook zone on the right. I'm not sure what that was. But again, he got really cute with his coverage adjustments. We anticipated that perfectly. And I know that from playing him a couple times that he will get aggressive down the red zone. Again, here back on offense for Clef. Again, usually how I want to play Clef is I really just kind of want to challenge his play calls a little bit. Try to completely take away his best plays. And here, that was a good rollout play by him. He snuck in the delay fade. I didn't have him manned up. Good play here by him. Again, this is where this fumble 6 also plays a pivotal part. Not only does he have a huge score advantage, especially on Madden 22, is he has a huge knowledge gap on me right now because he knows a lot more about what I'm doing on offense. Whereas like I really haven't seen him play offense too much yet. And right here, again, it's under 2 minutes to flip quick snap. Again, I'm trying to individually adjust my players because I don't know what the icons are on defense, which is ridiculous. But, I give up the double post again. I was trying to set up for it, but the quick snap plus trying to guess the icons on defense was absolutely a miserable experience in this tournament, I'll say, to say the least. But again, here he's going to flip and probably quick snap. So again, I try to set up something simple like match. Again, thank God we're able to slow him down there. And again, of course, he runs with the quarterback for 6 yards. Again, I really ran stock. That time I did run stock match there. I didn't want to put the deep pass. I figured he was close to the red zone, so he wouldn't put a streak. But and also that was one of the few things I could really set up when he's flipping quick snap. And then right here, we know it's going to be a corner route with a 5-yard out route. Again, once you call match, the next play it's automatic. I know Clef is automatically going to call a corner route and an out route. Again, that's what I was trying to do last time versus him on defense. Again, I understand his play call sequencing pretty well. I feel like I was pretty on top of his play calls. It really came down to, if I was going to get the adjustments off or not versus him. And a lot of the times, I was not able to on defense. Again, you just kind of got to guess what the icons are. And again, here he's able to quick snap me, gets me stuck on the D line, and gets another, free, easy play there. Again, here at the 15, here for Clef, this gonna be this is a great play call by Clef. Honestly, I honestly had no clue this was coming. I believe he expected me to go back to match, so that was great. Anticipation on his part. That was easily one of his best play calls of the game. Didn't expect that one at all. That was a really good play for Clef, and it put him up by 7. And again, because of the fumble 6, again, Clef is going to be getting ball here at a half. Again, we're a little bit more familiar with all of his play calls at this point. And again, I'm keeping it really simple. I'll try to undercut the drag there. He hits me with a delay fade, but if you saw with my user, Clef has been quick throwing those drags over the middle a lot of the game. I jumped into that window really aggressively, hoping he would make a mistake, but he had a lot of time there. Both of those drags basically hit both the sidelines, and he was able to get a tight end delay fade off there. Again, right here, when you see them on the short side, they're going back to the wide side. Again, we're expecting a double pulse play call, and he mixed it up on us there. But you saw what I was doing there out of cover 2 was I man up my free safety onto B. Because again, anytime I went to cover 2, Cleft loved the verticals wheel, and anytime you man up the outside receiver too, it does a pretty good job of playing the double post route. Having the man up plus like the deep half does a good job of kind of bracketing that double post and makes it a really scary throw. So again, I was starting to get a little bit more creative with the coverage adjustments here. As much as I could, I really couldn't do that too much. And again, we're keeping it really simple here with Maple. This usually isn't how I play versus some of the better offensive players. I usually play a little bit more exotic with my coverage adjustments. And right here again, I was kind of it's just a matter of if I can get the setups off or not. So right here I said, okay, I gotta stop trying to man people up. I'm just kind of guessing at this point of defense what the icons are. You see me clicking onto my players individually because if I go to quick adjust, I don't know who is who on the field. So again, that really slowed me down a lot on defense when trying to set up. So again, after this drive, I said, okay, next drive I gotta keep it a little bit simpler on defense because again, you just can't see what's going on defense really with the icons. All right, here down 14 in this game. Again, there's no need to panic yet in this game at all. I feel like I've learned a good bit about his offensive plays. I feel like I can get a stop on him, and I know that I can score on him. Right there, I am able to get the tight end flat off that time before the blitz came in. Again, that right now the fumble 6 when I was on the flat was so far the biggest play of the game, and honestly, I kind of expect that. Going into this game, again, Clef's great player. Again, one of the luckier players in these big games. So I told myself before the game, you're just gonna have to play through it. Again, I know what I signed up for. So again, we're just gonna, play the game. Act like that play didn't happen. Just get 7, do what I can to manage this game. Just to at least make it interesting, put some pressure on them. Again, right here, 3rd and 2. I'm expecting Clef to kind of protect a little bit underneath, so taking a little bit of a shot here, and he gives up the underneath, but again, Clef is up 14, so again, he's fine with me. I know his philosophy is fine with me throwing underneath here. Again, I'm just going to be trying to... I'm fine with throwing underneath as well, as long as I'm getting out of bounds. And again, I know Clef is going to play super passive with his coverage adjustments here. I know I'm probably going to have the underneath stuff open. And here I have the corner out. His linebacker is able to loop around and sack me before I could throw the corner out. Again, here, 2nd and 15. Again, Clef kind of had trouble with this play almost all game. Again, because he's going to be putting all those extra defenders on the sideline, so he's going to leave that the short middle of the field wide open, and we try to get out of bounds there, but he had a great user tackle there. Wasn't able to fully get out. Right here, just a bad ball from Daniel Jones. Again, we had the dot, 25-yard dot or so on the post, but um, you know, luckily that was not picked off. Again, here on the second attempt, we're going to go back to this wide curl play, but I set up a little bit, or had a different mindset here, so I wanted to set up a different type of flat concept. Again, most people use flat concepts with a corner out and a flat, but again, I know Clef is putting his flats a lot of times on 20, so again, the wheel and the drag kind of act as a flat concept as well. So again, if he doesn't have, the 5-yard purple, the drag's going to be open. But if you hard flats, I can roll out and throw the wheel over the flat. And I knew that the 20-yard wheel as well, if I roll out, will get over the 20-yard flat. So that's what we did there. Something I hadn't done too much yet. Again, here, you're going to see me kind of go back to the skinny post here. I kind of expect Clef to get a bit aggressive down here. I maybe could have thrown that tight end wheel, probably. But again, it was kind of like 50-50, so I just threw the ball away. And again, it's pretty easy to move the ball in this game, so it wasn't worth risking that pass. Again, here, I hadn't quick snapped him too much. I did hit him with a quick snap here. Was able to spin him out for those extra yards. Again, getting those extra, that spin was huge in the red zone because it is tough to score down here. So it was a small play, but it was a bigger play because if I had only lost a yard on that or so, like 3rd and 11 at the 16 is a pretty tough position to be in. And again, right here, pre-snap, I know that it's man-to-man. And we couldn't get the truck off there. I was pretty disappointed there. I think I trucked too early, so that's why I wasn't able to run that guy over. Yeah, I definitely trucked too early. Made it a 4th and inches. And right here, man, I got to shout out my boy, Golden Glover. He flew this in. This was the red zone dot of the century, boys, because if you guys saw me play in that Just Greatness game, I threw the blindest pick ever in the red zone. I was retired from throwing in the red zone inside the 5 after that. And my boy, Golden Glover, flew in the dot of the century. Shout out to Golden. And was able to make this an interesting game. And again, here on defense, on this last drive, again, from playing Clef in the past and from even watching him play people like Drini last year, I feel like he's always kind of had that same weakness on offense where he struggles a little bit more versus hybrid coverage on defense. When kind of able to, if you're able to completely take away his plays, you'll kind of struggle a little bit in offense. Again, it was pretty difficult to do that in this game because, again, of the flip quick snap. So he was able to kind of set plays up. Or get plays off before I was able to really set much up. So again, on this drive, I'm trying to play a little bit simpler, blitz more, play a little bit more how most people play, where it's really simple, mainly stock coverages on defense, because that's really, I know that I could maybe get like 2 or 3 adjustments off if I'm lucky, because again, you can't really see the coverage adjustments. So you see me just go to a basic cover 3 blitz, and I came down. I didn't think he would be able to make this throw. He was rolling backwards, but he made the throw. And again, it's tough. It's tough on defense playing versus. At the zones at this point, I feel like I was playing good defense on this game, but and on Man 22 in general at this point, I kind of got used to how the zones play, and I kind of had a good idea of how to stop most of the best plays. But again, when you're able to kind of flip and quick snap, and your defense resets, and you're just guessing the icons again, it makes it 1,000 times tougher to play defense. So, and again, from talking to his previous opponents, he didn't really flip and quick snap this much in his other games. So I wonder if he did that. I feel like he started doing this versus me a little bit more, knowing that I'm going to make more adjustments on defense than most people. And right here, this was a great play by Clef, honestly, and he got really unfortunate there. And honestly, I wouldn't even been mad at that because I'd still have time to get a quick score. So I would have rather him caught that actually, and then I'm able to go down and get a quick 7 instead of him like clocking me out. Picking up the first downs slowly, and he's able to clock me out. So that honestly probably ended up working out for him. And again, right here, my adjustments got locked. I couldn't do anything. You saw like all the icons popped up over his head. I couldn't do anything, so I had to use a timeout on a 3rd and 6. Again, EA guys, if you're watching this, like, bro, the flip quick snap has been good in bunch for 5 years. Like, bro, at some point we gotta slow down the flip a little bit, like, or make the high routes reset on offense or something. Like, it's just ridiculous. My adjustments got locked on defense on like the biggest play, and I had to use a timeout. And again, it was so obvious that he's going to double post. It didn't really matter. I mean, it was too hard to get much off in this game, So the quick snap was obviously, his biggest weapon in this game, and again right here, I am able to get extra adjustments off here. Cover 2. I man up my safety onto the wheel. Again, it would help for his double post as well. And I man up the slot as well for like the crossing routes and like the rollout Z spot. And again, when I've played him before, he's kind of struggled versus this style of defense, more hybrid defense. But again, really wasn't able to do that as much as I would have liked because of the flip and quick snap. So he made it really easy on himself playing offense with the flip. And here, see, if he had caught that pass in bounds and clocked, or I mean caught that pass and bounced the crosser and got to like the 3 and would have just like scored with like 4 minutes left, I could have gone down and got 7 like a minute or 2, and I would have been in a much better position. But now, since he methodically moved down the field, now he's really able to kind of clock me out of this game. And since on the 30 and 6, I had to use a timeout because my adjustments locked on one of the biggest plays. So again, using that timeout was huge in that position. And you're going to see Clef gets to a 2nd and inches. Again, he's basically in clock mode right now. I'm in a really, really poor spot in this game at the moment. And Clef's going to get it. That's basically going to be the game right there. Good games to him. He really capitalized off the fumble 6 at the start of the game. Again, that was probably the biggest play of the game. And I really wasn't able to, stop him after that. So... Again, we were both kind of exchanging 7s after that point, but again, the fumble 6 kind of put him ahead, and I just wasn't able to make up for it on defense. Wasn't able to slow him down. So, and he's basically just has to kick a field goal at this point. But good games to Clef. Make sure you check him out. Twitch.tv/ClefTheGod. One of the best players every year. Give him a look. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Peace.